Hey guys, how are you? Good morning. Today we're looking at intuitive principle number 1, which is to reject that diet mentality. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you do come on, let me know. I'd love to say hello to you. And if you have any questions, feel free to just pop them in the comments for me. I would love to answer your questions. So do you feel like you go from just being so perfect on your diet to just throwing it all out the window because you just turned to this binge because you've been so strict and structured on this diet with this diet mentality? Well, today we're going to talk about how to actually get rid of that perfect mindset, that perfect diet mentality, and finding balance with your food. Okay, so we know, like, the fast-paced holiday season, it's upon us. It's real. It's here. I'm hearing Christmas music everywhere. It's not even Thanksgiving yet, and before we know it, it's going to be the New Year. So I think this is a perfect time to talk about the principle of intuitive eating, which is rejecting the diet mentality. So in between, all of the holiday magic that all of this, the shopping brings, and there's the start to all the diet advertising too, right? Which it kind of ramps up over the next month or so. And there's, of course, all the lies that begin to come out about the different new diets that you should try, because we all know that this is what sets you up for failure. Okay, and that's not very fair. Personally, it's not a fair way to advertise to the general public. And that's just because, diets, they just don't work. Good morning, Charlene. Thank you for being here. So diets, we know, cause restriction, and restriction, we know, causes binging. Okay, and restriction, it also turns into this really deep desire to just want to eat, right? All we can think about is food. The more we restrict, the more we think about it, and there's that vicious circle going around again. And our bodies is just like, I can't take this anymore. Get me off of this crazy cycle. So what's going on now in society that it's set up this focus around, like, the shoulds, like how we should look, what we should eat, what we should do for exercise. And by the way, zero intuition is involved in any of that, okay? So in today's world, diet mentality, it's so widespread and it's absolutely running rampant. So think about it. We see diet mentality, we see it in the news, right? We see it in social media, we see it in our gyms, grocery stores, restaurants. We hear it talked about among our friends, our family members, and even with some healthcare providers, right? So what exactly is diet mentality, and how is this so harmful to you? Well, that's what I want to really touch on this morning, because diet mentality is it's just this false belief that diets for weight loss are going to create this health and happiness for you. And diet mentality actually takes away your joy by saying that you should delay your dreams. There's that should again. Should delay your dreams until you've actually lost weight. It has you putting everything on hold, when really we should be living in the moment and enjoying everything in the here and now, and not worrying about putting things off and waiting. You want to do it now, right? Diet mentality, it just wears down your body trust, and then it replaces it with all of these external rules. And these outside rules, it causes you to just have this disconnect from your own body and your body's natural sensations and the signals and feelings that it naturally was born with, okay? And that, unfortunately, takes your power away. It takes your power away from yourself, and it makes you feel like you just can't be trusted to make decisions about how to actually eat. Something so simple, something we were born to do, and it kind of twists it on us a little bit. So this diet mentality, it's that like mean voice in your head you hear over and over, and it's categorizing food into good and bad, right? Or healthy and unhealthy. It's that voice that actually tells you all of these ridiculous rules, like no eating after 7 p.m. or no eating after 6 p.m. or just whenever time that you've heard in the past. No carbs, maybe after lunch, or no dessert because you didn't exercise today. All of these voices in your head. It's like this bully in your head. And there's so many people who think this voice means that they should have more control, okay? And really, this voice is like I said, it's like a bully that keeps you from living how you really want to live with food in your body, okay? But there is good news, okay? And the good news is that society, it is shifting its views, and it's finally learning now that diets don't work. We know that dieting fails most of the time because you end up gaining weight back. But still, somehow, there's many people that have trouble just letting go of that mentality, of that diet mindset. And that's partly because, they just don't know what or how to think of what to do instead, because they've been dieting for so long and living by these rigid rules for so long that it's hard to know what to do next. Because it's really hard to change our behaviors, and no one should feel ashamed if they're struggling and they need more support with something like this. So the very first step in intuitive eating, the very first step in intuitive eating is to actually reject that diet mentality. Okay, everything that I just mentioned, let's get rid of it, knock it all away. I have 5 ideas for you to help you actually to reject this diet mentality. Let me unplug my dog's doorbell because she'll keep ringing it if I don't. So she can stay outside. It's not that cold out today. A little bit cold. I got my big sweater on, but she can wait for us. So anyway, let's get to these 5 steps so that you can start learning how to reject this diet mentality, okay? And the first thing you want to do something today, okay? Let's not wait. Let's do something today that you've really been wanting to do, okay? Don't save that thing for when you change your body or your shape or your size. Do it now. There's no reason to wait, okay? And number 2, let's think about your favorite foods and repeat over and over, there are no good or bad foods. Okay, can you do that for me? Can you say that? There are no good or bad foods. This is a mindset hack here, okay? You're messing with your brain. And it might feel a little weird to say it because your thought pattern isn't thinking that way, because diet mentality has taught you otherwise. So make sure that you also eat at least one of those favorite meals or snacks this week. Okay, I am giving you permission. I am giving you full permission to eat a favorite meal or snack this week while saying there are no good or bad foods, okay? And number 3, don't weigh yourself today, okay? Don't get on that scale. Leave it alone. Leave it where it is. Let it collect dust, okay? Don't weigh yourself today, not tomorrow, not all week, maybe not even all month. Might sound crazy for some of us who are a little OCD with the scale, but trust me, this is going to help you get rid of that diet mentality, because the scale does not define you or your health, okay? And number 4, I want you to unfollow any of those, the unrealistic posts or unhelpful health messages that are out there on social media. You don't need to get stuck in that comparison trap, okay? And number 5, I want you to realize that you are so much more than your weight and your body shape or size, okay? Think about it. Think about all of the positive things that you know about yourself right now and list them out. Write it down. Journal about them. List your positive attributes and what makes you so special, because I just know that I'm sure there's a ton of them, okay? List what makes you special and what makes you you. Okay, so those are my 5 tips for you today. You can start them to start rejecting that diet mentality. Now, if you start this today and you continue it for the week and then you continue it after that, all of a sudden you're going to have this new way of thinking, and it's so much freeing. It's a much freer place to live. Trust me. Been there, done that, living it now, and it's wonderful. It's this magical place, I call it. Come to this magical place with me. I'd love to show you the way. And if you are curious about what intuitive eating is, or more about what it is, or if you're wondering how you can just eat normally again, right? And make peace with food in your body, and just leave that dieting and the guilt and the shame, leave that all behind you, and just be able to get back in touch with your true hunger signals, like as we were born as babies, so that you can just begin to eat, when you're actually feeling true hunger, not because of an emotion, not because you're bored. Actually learn what that true hunger feels like. Good morning, Joan, how are you? And also be able to actually stop eating when you are comfortably full. That's a big deal. That really is, because that's when you're not overeating anymore. If you can learn to stop eating right at that line there, when you're satiated, you're full, you're comfortable, you feel good, that's what it's all about. Not going beyond that point, overeating or binging, and then not feeling good, not physically or mentally. Okay, and I can take you to the place, I can show you exactly how to start eating when you feel that true physical hunger, just like you did when you were born. And then stop eating right when you're comfortably full. And then you're good, you're satiated, and you feel good physically and mentally. And you're not overeating, and you're not sabotaging yourself or your weight goals or your health. Okay? So let me know if that's something that you would like to look further into. I'm running all these different kinds of programs and specials. I have a 4-week program that can help you do this. Or if you want to jump in on my Black Friday sale, which is coming up, because like I said, holidays are right around the corner. I am enrolling people now. It's a 2-day course, masterclass, whatever you want to call it, but 2 days, jump in with me, one-on-one, my full attention all on you, to show you exactly how to do what I just mentioned, which is starting to eat when you're truly hungry. When you feel those signals come into your body. They're natural signals. They're coming in. Our body is telling us. It's a survival mechanism. So your body is telling you, okay, it's time to eat. It's time to refuel, because we want to eat for fuel, right? We want to, we fill up our gas tank because the car still needs to go, and we want to eat so that we can continue to go, and go in a way that we feel that we have energy to do it with. And then stop at that point when we feel good and we feel re-energized, and we just feel good mentally and physically, because it feels good in our body to eat that way. And mentally, we're not shaming ourselves or having that food police in our head, or that bully in our head from that diet mentality, because we just overeat. Because it doesn't happen when you're honoring your hunger and you're respecting your fullness. And I'm going to be posting more about the my 2-day Black Friday special, sales special. And it's only $119, and just 2 days, you and me, and we'll get the job done. Okay, I'm going to give you some action steps. I'm going to teach you all about it, give you some action steps, a little bit of homework, and then you report back to me the next day, and we will go from there. It's all good stuff. Good morning, Rona. How are you? Thank you for coming on. So, so that's my my program that I have going right now. And if you really want to get to know those true hunger signals that we were born with, so you can begin to eat in a way that you feel that true physical hunger, and stop eating when you're comfortably full, because I will set you up to do all of this, and you can just watch the magic happen. Sit back and watch the magic happen. I call this magical place because it is so magical. It feels good to eat intuitively, and that's exactly what we do when we get back to our roots of just eating of how we were born. So if you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to reach out. If you're interested in any of the programs, reach out. You can PM me. I'm happy to share any details with you, or go over any of your health and wellness goals as well. So does anybody have any questions for me? Pop it in the comments. I'm happy to answer your questions. If not at the moment, feel free at any time to let me know. But I am going to hop off. But I hope you all have a beautiful day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.